Components of resumes. There are some optional components and then there are some essential components which have to be included. For example, you have to give your identification in the resume. Then you have to give the key objectives of why you are writing the resume, a summary of your qualifications and your employment, your education, your professional skills, and your professional affiliations. So in the identification, you have to give your full name, your initials of your middle name, and your full last name. Then you have to give your full contact information, your area code, your phone number, etc. Then you have to give your email, professional email, and not of the current job. Then you have to give why the objectives of why you are writing this resume, which should reflect your career objectives. So it should be in a subject line, just as you write a subject line for your email or your memo. And then this should be the focus of your resume. So at a glance, your future employer will get to know that what is your main career objective. Here you have to try to avoid generic and terminologies, and you have to be very clear, avoid vagueness. You can see here in this image that there was a flawed career objective in the before image, which says seeking employment in a business environment offering an opportunity for professional growth. After improvement, it reads to market financial planning programs and provide financial counseling to ensure positive client relationships. So you can see here that the vagueness has been eliminated. After this, you have to give a summary of your qualifications. This summary allows your future employer to immediately come to know about whether you are useful for the company or not. So don't try to give too many details here, but try to compress it into a summary. Then it will tell the employer how whether you can meet his goals or not. So you can say that the summary is a sort of an overview of your abilities and your skills and your accomplishments. They also point out your strengths in relation to the position which you are applying for in the resume. So here you can list your top 3 to 7 credentials which you think are most important and which you think are will give a good impression to the employer. So this is what a summary of qualification looks like. Over 4 years combined experience in marketing and business, developed winning bid package for promotional brochures, promoted to manager in less than 2 years, maintained database of customers, and last managed over 10 employees. When you come to the employment, then you have to give your employment in a reverse chronological order, which means that you have to first state your current job and then tell about your previous jobs. Then you have to give your job title or what is the position on which you are working currently, the name of the company in which you are working, where it is located, from which time period are you working in this company, and what are your duties and your responsibilities while you are holding this position, and what have you accomplished in this current job. The last one is very important because it tells the person who is reviewing your resume that what are your accomplishments are and how these accomplishments can add value to his company. So this is what it looks like. You can see here that the person is working in the position of assistant manager in this certain company, and what he has accomplished is that he has tracked and maintained over $25,000 inventory, trained a minimum of 4 new employees quarterly, achieved a 10% growth, and so on. In education also, you have to use a reverse chronological order telling your latest educational qualification and then stating the previous ones. What was the name of your degree, and in which field did you get this degree, and whether the degree is awaited or have you received it. Which school did you attend? Don't try to abbreviate the name of the school or the university. What was the location, the city and the country in which this school is situated? What was the time period and in which year did you graduate from this particular school or university? So, and then you can also talk about what were your qualifications as a result of this education which you received. So you can see here grade point average, academic club membership and leadership, offices held, unique coursework, special class projects, and so on. Your professional skills are also important to be written in the resume. If you are entering the workforce after a gap of some years, then you have to write a functional resume. And here you have to focus on your unique skills because you are entering after a certain gap in your career. So you have to focus on your publications, your certifications, the languages which you can speak, the awards which you have received, and the trainings which you have provided. This stating your unique skills will set you apart from the rest of the applicants. So this is what it would look like. Professional skills: proficient in Microsoft Word, Excel, Publisher, knowledge of HTML, Java, certified OSHA, hazardous management, safety trainer, fluent in Spanish and English, completed second shift administration certificate. Besides the essential components, there are optional components also which you can put in your CV. For example, your professional affiliations, whether you are a member of your professional clubs and associations. This helps to show your social consciousness and your professional sincerity to your area or to your discipline. Then references. In references, you should try to avoid writing the term provided on request, and you should try to utilize the space which is given and give a summary of your references. Also, another option could be that you can put your references on a separate page, which you can take along with you when you go for the interview. There are some professionals who have portfolios, but try not to send them as attachments, but you can hand them over to the interviewer when you go for the interview. Personal data could be your birth date, your gender, your race, your religion, your height, your weight, your political affiliations, your marital status, or your pictures, although companies are told not to discriminate on these. Another optional component could be the number of years you have spent on your military service, or what type of volunteer or social work have you done. So portfolios are samples of the work which you have done, and references, we have said, are also optional components, as well as the personal data which you have given.